Hey, this is Paul Evans from nicheology.com. Question came in about handling multiple niches. How do you do that effectively, efficiently, things along those lines? And it's not always easy, honestly, because some people are not able to focus over multiple niches. Others are trying to do everything themselves, and it dilutes their effort. It dilutes their ability to really reach out there and have the maximum impact that they want to and to increase their income. And so here's what I do. I'm not saying this is a perfect system at all, but it should give you an idea about whether or not you can handle multiple niches and what it could possibly take for you to do that. So I've got across the top the niche, the revenue that it brings in, you or me, how much of the percentage of the business am I responsible for? Automation. Outsourcing, automation is how much does this have to be touched? Outsourcing, do I do it all or does somebody else do most of it? And then how much time does it take per week? And so here are 4 niche areas. And what I did on some of these is actually broke them down a little bit instead of it being the entire niche and everything that I'm doing, but I'm going to use 4 niches. So number 1 brings in $250,000 revenue a year. And I have a partner in it, and so it's 50-50. I'm not responsible for everything. It's 100% automated. The traffic is bought, and it goes to an opt-in page, and it has a follow-up sequence. The content is actually new. There's something released there every single week, but 95% of it's outsourced. Now, this is a big key because I'm only spending 30 minutes a week in this business. So 30 minutes a week that basically brings me $125K since I split it with a partner. So 95% is outsourced. That outsourced piece, if I was doing it myself, it would take about 20 hours per week. So that outsourced piece in this particular area is huge. Now, before you go like, I can't afford outsourcing and that's way over my head. This outsourced piece only costs about $50 a week, but it saves 20 hours. So don't get all in your head about outsourcing is complicated or, I can't do it. You've got to ask the question, is this something that I need to be doing or can I get somebody else to do it for me? Niche number 2, 100 grand a year, 100% me. It's only 5% automated. And it is outsourced. About 50% of it is outsourced. And it takes me about 12 hours a week. So, this is the type of piece that when I'm going back through my niches, I decide whether or not I'm going to cut it. Do I really need to spend 12 hours a week for this 100K and I've only got 5% of it automated? And it has to be done this way. This is what's important. In online business, we act like everything can be automated. Well, certain business models can't be. Not 100% like the top model, not like niche number 1. And so they can't all be that. Anybody who says, you can automate anything and everything can be this system that you don't have to touch, it's not true. It depends on the model that you're using. Now, I love this niche, and so that's the reason I stay in it. Number 3, 50K a year. It's 100% me. It's 100% automated, and it's 0% outsourced. Takes maybe an hour a week. I'm saying that cumulatively through the year because some weeks I'm not doing anything with it at all. But I'm saying, given the average year, I probably spend 50 hours on it because I'm tweaking or I'm updating some stuff. But this is just a static product that sells on its own and I don't have to touch it, but it's in a different niche. Niche number 4 is $500,000 a year. I'm a partner with somebody, so it's 50%. It's about 25% automated. And it's 0% outsourced because we do everything in it. Everything. Takes about 10 hours a week. But again, this is not each and every week. This is only like a quarterly, sometimes just a twice a year launch. And so during that launch period, it gets all of the attention. So this is very seasonal. So when you're talking about balancing multiple niches, you've got to ask the question about the niche, the revenue, how much you're responsible, how automated will it be, how much you're going to outsource, and how much time you're going to allocate. And even within time, you may only touch it certain times of the year. And that's fine. But you have to be aware of that because once you know your time and you know your outsourcing and you know your automation, then you're going to be able to know based on revenue whether you need to keep pursuing it or whether you need to push it to the side or how you're going to schedule it. Because that's another big piece. You cannot get up, let's say on a Monday morning, and decide, oh, I'm going to work in niche 1, and then halfway through the morning, something hits you from niche 3, and you decide to shift. That's when you're not going to be able to survive. You've got to take a very disciplined approach to planning each and every week, every quarter, and every year in each one of your niches, and dedicate yourself to that. Then about once a quarter at least, maybe every 6 weeks, you need to do a review, evaluate your effort, see if you need to switch outsourcing, see if you need to add outsourcing, and see if it's something you need to keep pursuing, or if you missed your numbers altogether. You're finding out time-wise, wow, this is way more than I expected. So you've got to recalibrate, and you have to shift some things. But it comes down, you manage it by understanding the math, having your system in place, and then measuring time and scheduling appropriately, and without being random, without getting in there and getting diverted, and without getting interrupted, and without getting drawn away by something else. And you've got to be disciplined and committed to each one of your niches, focus on it, and then you've got to tweak it. So that's how you handle like multiple niches. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing, but if you look at my numbers, I've got 2 that are 100% automated. And those 2 are requiring the least amount of time per week and are bringing the biggest revenue. In number 1, every time I do something on this topic, I think, with number 1, I probably just need to open up more of those, right? Makes sense. $250K a year, have a partner. It's 100% automated. It's 95% outsourced, and it's 30 minutes a week. It's not a bad formula at all. Anyway, I hope that helps. Make you out a little chart like this and plug in your numbers and make sure you're scheduling effectively. You're staying on task. You're staying focused, because multiple niches, you can really start feeling like you don't know where you are, and you can be real confused unless you get really clear using something like this. All right, as always, success is not an accident. Be blessed.